Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Flexin' Joe. And so you want to get more vascular. Alright, well, I'm going to give you my top 8 tips on how to become more vascular. Alright, so I'm going to count them down from 8 to number 1. Number 1 being the most important part of having a more vascular physique. Alright, so here we go. Number 8. Number 8 is you got to do 2 things, all right, to bring out that vascularity, is getting a pump and raising your body temperature. So if you drop down to the ground right now and you knock out as many push-ups as you can do and you stand up, you tell me that your arms and even your head, your face, are not going to be more vascular than they were. Of course they are, all right? So number 7, all right? Number 7 is you can take supplements that help improve blood flow. All right, your nitric oxide, taurine, L-citrulline, L-arginine, glycerol, vitamin C, nitrosogene. Some of these are found in the MTS products. Clash, Vasky, Ruckus. Now, on to number 6. Pre-workout's not going to do anything for you though if you're dehydrated. So you got to make sure you're drinking enough water. If you're dehydrated, your blood volume is going to be down. All right. And that means your ability to get a pump is going to be down, and you're not going to be able to, bring out that vascularity in your physique that you want. Tip number 5 is you may need to improve your cardiovascular health. So that doesn't mean you need to go spend hours endlessly on a treadmill, all right? You can do what I affectionately call life cardio, okay? Mow the lawn with a push mower. Keep this G-rated. Go out and play with your kids. Maybe you go out with your buddies and you throw the football around or whatever. You can play some softball. Things like that. Anything that gets you up and gets you moving. Because nowadays Americans are more sedentary than we've ever been before. Okay? And that has a detrimental effect on our cardiovascular health. So better cardiovascular health will help you improve your blood flow and get a better pump and better vascularity. Okay? Tip number 4 is going to be lowering water retention. If you've got a really poor diet, you're probably going to retain water. If you drink a lot of alcohol, if you eat a lot of crappy foods, things like that. So if you have, or you find, or even certain medications. So if you have water retention, or you find that you sometimes retain water, certain foods such as asparagus, celery, onion, eggplant, even watermelon, they act as natural diuretics, and they can help, to bring your body back down to a normal level, okay? Now, tip number 3, build more muscle. Get in the gym, lift some heavy weight, and try to build more muscle in your physique, and that will bring out more vascularity. I am the most vascular I've ever been in my life, and I also, at this point, I would say have the most muscle I've ever had in my life, and I don't think that's, a coincidence, all right? I think this one is definitely affecting the other. I was pretty vascular when I was skinny, in my forearms, but now I've even got a lat vein going and some good shoulder veins going every once in a while. It's a whole lot better because I've built more muscle. So the more muscle you build, the more vascularity you'll be able to bring out in your physique, okay? Now, tip number 2. So we're getting down to the top 2 things that are going to affect your vascularity in your physique, okay? So tip number 2 is going to be genetics. Everybody's got different genetics for vascularity, okay? Some people, depending on their level of conditioning or whatever, or even just their body type, are going to have more vascularity than other people. Now, case in point, I've seen people have veins up their arms and across their chest, but they don't have abs, okay? I've seen other people have a shredded six-pack and barely have a bicep vein showing. That's just their genetics. So you have to, be willing to accept what your genetics are, because that is going to play a part in the vascularity in your physique, all right? Now, Flexin' Joe's number 1 tip to bring out more vascularity in your physique. Here we go. You have to lower your body fat. If you're too fat, if you're too soft, you are not going to be able to display that freaky vascularity that's going to make your significant other or a friend or whatever look and point and say, ew, that's gross. I like it when people say that. If somebody tells me, oh, you got that vein in your lat, that's gross, Hell yeah, I hope I get another one. I just like it. I like it. It's that freaky stuff that nobody else has. That's cool with me. And like I said, I've always been pretty vascular, vascular. So the more vascularity I get, it's cool. I love it. And I know there's a lot of you out there who like it too. That's why I'm making this video. So now, let me just run through a general rule of thumb. If you're 15+%, you're really not going to see much. Maybe a little bit in your hands every once in a while, a little forearm action maybe. Maybe you got that bicep vein peeking through once in a while, but 15% and up, you're really not going to see a whole lot, okay? Now, 12% or so, you're going to get that good bicep vein. You're going to have good hand veins and forearm veins, okay? Because typically most men don't hold a lot of body fat in those areas, all right? Now, as you get down, below 10, you're going to see more coming out in here, maybe a little bit more in the calves, again, because we don't typically hold a lot of body fat there. So once we get about 10%, it's going to be leaner and leaner in those areas, all right? That's typical for most men. Now, once you get, once you get down to about 8%, you're going to have decent vascularity without a pump. And you might start seeing some stuff in your quads, your delts without a pump, and when you get a pump, it's going to be pretty crazy. All right, it's gonna look pretty good. Anything below 8%, the leaner and leaner you get, the more and more vascularity. If you've got it, it's going to show. Now, of course, this depends. When you're this lean, you've got to go back, and this is going to depend on your water retention levels. It's going to depend on your blood volume levels. It's also going to depend on how much sodium you're eating, and there's going to be a lot of different things that will manipulate that when you're that lean. But realistically, not many people are sub 8%. Like, to be walking around sub 8%. I know people like to say, oh, I'm 8% body fat, or oh, I'm this percent body fat. There really aren't that many accurate ways to test it. Different people hold their body fat differently, and just because you were at 8% last week or whatever doesn't mean you're not fluctuating. It depends on your water retention, all that with most tests. So it's really difficult. It's just it doesn't really matter what the number is, okay? If you want to look a certain way, then go off of how you look. Everybody asks me, Joe, you competing in a bodybuilding show, how lean do you get? What body fat percentage are you going to get down to? I tell them I don't care. And that's the God's honest truth, is I don't care what the number is. I don't care if I'm 3% or 16%. I don't care what the calipers say. When somebody comes up to me and pinches my skin fold and says, or even put me in the machine, I don't care. None of that matters when you're on stage. None of that matters when you're at the beach. None of that matters when you got your shirt off. It doesn't matter. So if you're chasing a look, you want to look a certain way, be focused on that look, all right? And be focused on what the mirror is showing you. So that's it. That's Flexin' Joe's top 8 tips on how to become more vascular. So implement those and let me know how it goes. Feel free to comment down below. Like and subscribe if subscribe if you want to see some more videos, but like the video if you found it helpful. It will help other people see the video too, all right? I appreciate all of you for watching. This is Flexin' Joe out. I'll see you guys again soon.